right, guys, I'm gonna give you a quick little update with Mace here. Me and him are good friends. We're able now to train safely. You know, I have no concerns about my safety working with him. He's a very nice dog. Again, he's still a lot, but that's okay. We like a lot. Right now, the name of the game is to build a proper obedience foundation, because as I've mentioned before, the dog doesn't have a good obedience foundation as far as I'm concerned. He's a nice active dog, but he wastes a ton of energy. So by the time you get him doing anything productive, he gets tired relatively quickly because he wastes a ton of energy. I want you to think of him as like a big bottle of Coca-Cola, and you've shaken that bottle, okay? But there's multiple holes in the bottle. So all the energy that has built up in that bottle is now being dissipated everywhere. So like I said, we start to work on the grips. I took the grips back to square one. And then I also, like I said, I'm working the obedience from the ground level upwards. So I'm working him in the position box. I'm doing some healing work with him. Soon I'm going to introduce the ball to him, and he's going to learn how to play properly. All these types of things. One thing that I want to mention about him, he still sometimes shows kennel aggression with people he doesn't know, but with the people he knows, he's generally showing a very safe behavior. All right, guys, so I'm here with a Technic box. I like using the Technic box for a dog that already has a foundation that maybe I don't like, because it limits what the dog can do. It helps me isolate the dog, and then I can really control his movements. So what I'm working on here, he has a nice sit, but his down for me is ugly, ugly, ugly. So I've been working on fixing this. I'm gonna show you how I add it to the box. Box, flat, and forward. And if he comes out because I drop food, okay, we'll restart box, flat, good. Now we're gonna work in the box. Make a little pressure here, flats, good job, flat. So what I'm doing here is I work to stabilize positions. I make pressure forward, flats, and I'll reward. So you see, he comes up on his own, flats, and I'll use some pressure there, and I will not feed if there's a paw there. Yes, good. We've talked about teaching the dog to back up with the pressure. We've done all these things, okay? And at this point, you should have these basics. Let's talk now about taking our first steps forward. So again, I walk forward, make that pressure, step back, step back, step back. And if he tags my hand or tries to nail it, I'm very firm. Don't do that shit. So now we walk forward. All right, I'll sidestep here with pressure, sidestep with the pressure, sidestep with the pressure, forward, sidestep, sidestep. Every time he makes a mistake, I just use that oppositional pressure. This is a great place also to really start teaching impulse control. As a handler, I have a lot of leverage here. Dogs wasting a ton of energy. Stepping. Right away back to hard. And set for the counter. So you guys see the waste of energy, right? We channel now the behavior. Last. Standing. Come on. And now in. Oh, that's a waste. When he tries to pull back, look at all this energy he's wasting on pulling. All this undesirable behavior, we're going to be able to punish with negative punishment, because the sleeve, he's going to lose it. I'm keeping light pressure forward. I'm not keeping enough forward that he's choking. Set. Good one. We're going to reward that. That was a good counter. And again, pressure. When he headbangs, it's a waste of energy. Oh, good job. Last. Oh, he get away! Ah, big one there. He went 3/4. Good job. Here's where I begin the concept of showing the dog, in many cases, not all cases, that I control his grip. I control when he takes it. I control when he loses it. The desire is there, but there's, like I said, a lot of confusion in the dog, and we need to fix that gripping behavior. All right, guys, so one other thing I wanted to mention, I've decided to film a video course, a new course, specifically for canine handlers, whether you're in the sports side of the business or in the real working side of the business. If you have a green dog or getting a dog that's 2-3 years old that has a history, and you want to do something with the dog, whether it's sport work, whether it's work on the street with the dog, and I see a lot of handlers, they get these dogs and they get overwhelmed and they don't really get the best out of the dog. So I've taken a lot of green dogs, developed everything from the obedience to the protection work. We've done tracking, we've done everything with these dogs. So So I'm making a course specific to working handlers, right? And again, it's either you're in the sports side or you're in the real working side, so to speak. And we're going to be covering all these topics. So I'm going to cover literally everything from handling the dog in the protection, handling the dog in the obedience, dealing with the behavioral issues, playing with the dog in a safe way, introducing tools like the e-collar and the prong collar, fixing problems with these tools. I don't think there's another course out there like that. And in my usual style, it's going to be full of real stuff. I'm not going to curate the work, so to speak, where I don't show things. You know me, I show everything. I talk about everything. I'm really honest about everything. So you're going to see my process. If you're interested, I'm putting it in a step-by-step video course. And of course, Mace will be featured in that course.